Good evening. Jamaican Olympic world record holder Usain Bolt, in a heartfelt speech at the sponsor luncheon for the 2023 Gibson McCook Relays held at the Jamaica Pegasus today, stated that no matter what is going on right now, Jamaica is his country and that will never change.
For me, seeing the kids and going and seeing the energy that they put in to get into the high level and competing at Gibson Relay is always a great feeling to see what the future holds because of what we have done leading up to this point. And I've seen the young kids and they have worked hard, and I look forward to seeing where they go in the future. But I think Gibson Relay plays a very important role in getting into the high level. In ending, I just want to say to Jamaica that no matter what's going on right now, Jamaica is my country and it will never change. And I will always love my country and always do everything in my power to uplift this country no matter what's going on. Thank you.
Mr. Bolt's remarks came as Jamaica awaits an update on the potential lawsuit filed on his behalf by his attorney. In a letter dated January 16, 2023, the Olympic and Sprint world record holders' legal team requested that the investment company credit his account with US $12.7 million within 10 days. As failing to do so, they risk civil and criminal penalties. Usain Bolt is one of more than 30 investors affected by reported fraud at SSL. In other news tonight, the launch of the Victim Services Division VSD child-friendly space and JTI online child trafficking course under the U.S.-Jamaica Child Protection Compact Partnership was held yesterday in Kingston, where the issue of the importance of child-friendly spaces in protecting Jamaica's children and enhancing justice was highlighted. Minister of Justice Delroy Chuck, while thanking the U.S. ambassador for the role he played in this development, stated that unless children that are victims of crime are assisted, they will become prime targets for further abuse.
In truth, the Jamaican government is acutely aware of the importance of this initiative and the significance it plays towards providing a warm, less invasive space for our children who are victims of crime and other forms of violence. In truth, unless assisted, these children become prime targets for further abuse and human trafficking. We therefore thank your ambassador and the U.S. government for partnering with us to provide a safe space for children, nation's children, and the technical assistance to develop a program that will equip Jamaicans with the skills and tools needed to identify and lessen incidents of child trafficking. Let me say, departing from the script, that our children are in danger in far too many homes and communities across. And when they're abused, when they're brutalized, when they get the expected care and attention, they then become candidates not only for human trafficking, but for the gangs. So many of our girls who are not properly treated and cared for become victims of sexual abuse, and before we know it, they become candidates for human trafficking.
U.S. Ambassador Nick Perry, in his address, stated the special space will provide safety, comfort, and support for children who are victims or witnesses to crimes across the parish.
Getting back to the special space that we're launching today, here children from across the parish who are victims or witnesses to crime, including human trafficking, will find safety, comfort, and support as they access the services they need and seek. They will be supported by the dedicated staff of the Victim Services Division, who have received specialized training from the Warnoth Group experts, who responds to the needs of children who have experienced trauma. The second initiative that we are launching today is equally important to help identify and protect child trafficking victims across Jamaica. This is an interactive online and on-demand training developed with also technical assistance from the One Earth Group. The course, managed by the Justice Training Institute, was designed to have sustainable national impact to benefit criminal justice professionals well beyond the eventual conclusion of our CPC partnership. These two initiatives launched today are each a testament to the commitment of both our governments to counter child trafficking and address the needs of victims. With continued Jamaican leadership, resources, and political will, these two initiatives will be critical to ensuring the sustainability of our partnership over the long term.
We go now to news from St. James, where 2 men were fatally shot and 1 man was injured yesterday at a car wash and bar in the Tucker neighborhood. The deceased have been identified as 29-year-old David Elliott, otherwise called Pogga, and 30-year-old Marlon Medley, both laborers of 13th Street in Tucker. A 19-year-old man who was shot in the incident has been treated in hospital. According to reports coming into our news center at about 2:15 p.m., the 3 men were among persons at the Gully Side Bar and Car Wash in Tucker when 2 men drove to the area, alighted from the motor vehicle, and entered the establishment. The men then pulled out handguns and started firing, spraying the area with bullets before fleeing in the waiting motor vehicle. Residents in the community then alerted the police. Upon their arrival, the 3 men were discovered suffering from gunshot wounds. The men were taken to the hospital where Elliott and Medley were pronounced dead. The 3rd man, who received a gunshot wound to his foot, was admitted. The St. James police are investigating this incident. Overall, 9 persons have died since the beginning of the year. However, this is the first double homicide to be reported in the parish of St. James. In other news tonight, detectives are investigating the murder of a businessman at Knowles District in Bog Walk, St. Catherine yesterday. 49-year-old Cario Johnson of Charlemont Housing Scheme in the parish has been identified as the deceased. Mr. Johnson, who recently started the business in the community, was at his hardware along the Knowles Main Road at about 6 p.m., where it is reported that he was pounced upon by a lone gunman with a handgun who shot him to the upper body. He then made his escape. The nearby Bog Walk police were summoned, and upon their arrival, Johnson was found lying in a pool of blood. Still tonight, an Ananda alert has been activated for 13-year-old Kimon Campbell of Fairfield Close, Fairview Park, St. Catherine, who has been missing since Wednesday, January 25. She is of brown complexion, slim build, and about 134 centimeters or 4 feet 5 inches tall. Reports from the Spanish Town Police coming into our news center are that at about 10 a.m., Kimon was last seen at home wearing a pink blouse, gray shorts, and a pair of pink slippers. She has not been heard from since. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Kimon Campbell is being asked to contact the Spanish Town Police at 876-984-2305, Police Emergency 119, or the nearest police station. Following 2 killings that occurred within a short period of time within the past few days, the police in the parish of Westmoreland have indicated that they have stepped up spot checks and stop and search operations throughout the parish. Some residents who preferred to remain anonymous claimed that they are now living in fear and that they will be leaving these communities for safer areas in the parish. This as a result of the recent senseless killings of 2 men in the communities of Nonpareil Heights in Negril and 3 Miles River in Savannah, Lamar. Since then, the police have reassured these residents that they are making every effort to safeguard the community. One police source told Mello TV News that since the start of the year, 6 persons have been murdered within the parish of Westmoreland, and this represents a significant decrease in murders for the month of January. Additionally, according to the police, in the upcoming weeks, there will be additional police patrols in some of these areas and more foot patrols in the townships by the Westmoreland Police. The majority of these murders, according to the police, are committed by individuals on motorcycles. Thus, they will now specifically target these motorbike riders at various checkpoints. Continuing with the news tonight, in order to acquire a court date before the new Road Traffic Act and regulations come into effect on February 1, scores of drivers with unpaid traffic fines gathered at the Kingston and St. Andrew Traffic Court today. The Minister of Transportation and Mining, Audley Shaw, pleaded with drivers on Thursday to use the government's grace period to pay unpaid fines. The minister urged all drivers who still owe fines to attend the traffic court as soon as possible and to inform the courts if they are having trouble paying their fines so that they can see if an appropriate payment plan can be arranged. Minister Shaw added that tickets that are still unpaid after the suspension has ended will be enforced. The government also reaffirmed that no more time will be given to motorists with outstanding tickets. Parts of the main road in Trelawney connecting Stettin to Highgate Hall are currently undergoing extensive repairs, one of the corridor's important north-south linkages. Some retaining walls are being created as part of this project and others are being repaired. The corridor connects Manchester, Clarendon and St. Elizabeth to the north coast and serves a number of communities in the Trelawney Hills. The NWA is carrying out the project as part of its maintenance of the secondary roads program, which will cost $24.8 million. And that's our news package for you tonight. Thank you for tuning in to Mello TV Evening News at 8. I am Shelley Hill. Do stay safe, pleasant viewing, and thanks for watching.